Hi, how y'all doing? Long time no see. It is Thursday, July 9th, 6:30ish in the afternoon as of recording this video. This isn't going to be a long one because this is primarily going to be a test video to see if I can upload now. I have internet. It's not Comcast. All that fooling around, all that back and forth with Comcast, and they're telling me it's going to be another month, 2 months before they can set my internet up because they just don't run as much wire as I need anymore. They said that they don't typically run more than 400 feet, and I need almost 500 feet. And they need all these extra permissions and whatnot to run an extension. And possibly have to put another pole. They got to get permission from the county and all this other dumb shit that doesn't make no sense to me because I used to have Comcast out here. Guy said they don't do that much anymore. And I don't live on the moon, but you would think I did because the only two suppliers of home internet that seem to be out here in my area are AT&T and Comcast. I don't want to go back to AT&T because they're killing me, almost $80 a month. And I'm fighting like hell to get Comcast out here. And I've also had a lot of trouble with them as far as my phone bill. They have now twice overbilled me. Last month they billed me $68. This month they billed me $85. And there's no way to get somebody on the phone that is in this country and speaks clear English and understands clear English. So I have discovered that the only way for me to get anything resolved with Comcast is to actually go into the Comcast store here in town, which isn't that far away. It's only 15 minutes from my house, but it becomes a bigger issue when I can only get into town a couple days a week. So I asked the technician, what else can I do? Because I can't wait, I need internet now. You can't live without it, There's been so much that I haven't been able to get done, or, that I have to wait, to go into town and borrow somebody else's Wi-Fi, or it's killing my data. You can't keep waiting for it. So he said the only other thing I could try to do would be like the Verizon home station internet, which works off of cell towers. And Metro PCS, T-Mobile, also offers that same thing, and theirs is a bit better than Verizon. So I called Metro PCS, and they don't provide service to my area. So I then called Verizon. They don't provide service to my area. And I guess I'm not close enough to any cell towers for it to work. So I asked Professor Google, and after taking forever for it to load, it came up with a suggestion that I hadn't thought about, but I tried it, and so far, fingers crossed, knock on wood, it's going to work for me. And that is Starlink. So I am coming to you now from a Starlink connection. Like I said, so far, so good. I have only connected my phone to it. I haven't tried connecting Joey's tablet or anything else to it yet. But everything that wasn't working before is now so far working. We're going to see if I can upload a video on it. It is $65 a month, so it's, $15 a month more than what the Comcast was supposed to be, but I'm still paying, a little bit, like $22, $23 less a month than I was with AT&T. I don't know how, like I said, how comparable the internet service is to AT&T. It's a satellite, so it's dependent on atmospheric and weather conditions, I guess. It's storming right now. It is one of Florida's famous sunshine storms. It is backing off and moving on. But it was raining pretty good for about 10 minutes. And the sun was still shining quite lovely. I mean, it was cloudy, but not like overcast, not like storm clouds. And there are a lot of tall pine trees that surround my property. So the Starlink app says my signal is not as good as it could be. My only option to improve it is to get the dish higher. Right now, the dish is sitting up in true old-fashioned Joe fashion on top of a car. It comes with a kickstand, and it's sitting on top of a car next to my house right now. I have to order a mount where I can attach it to the eave of my porch, as it did not come with any kind of a mount. You have to get that separately, of course. Ordinarily, you would screw it down to your roof, but I have a 60-year warranty on this roof, and I'm only 14 years deep into that warranty. But I void that warranty completely if I put one single hole in this roof. So I'm not putting no holes in the roof. But I can screw it into the framework of the porch. I just have to order a mount. Ideally, I would screw it to the highest point of my house, which is the highest peak of the second story, and that would get it almost level with, that would get it 2/3 of the way up of most of the surrounding trees. But because of the way the dish banks up toward the sky, the receiver panel itself would be completely free of obstruction. So I would get my best results with it up there. But I am not physically capable of doing that job. I would need to rent a genie boom to get it up there. But I can attach it to the eave of my my porch roof and have the actual dish itself 10-12 feet up off the ground, which would hopefully get me just a little bit better than what I got now with it sitting on top of a car. And I'm in a very temporary situation right now. I'm going to actually disconnect it tonight, because the router and the power brick that it utilizes are sitting out here on the porch with me. I have to drill a hole in the wall so that I can pipe the wire from the dish into the house, and then I can position the router and the power brick in the house and make it a little bit nicer. This is all basically just to see, if this is going to work the way I need it to. So yeah, so far so good. Starlink satellite internet, 65 a month. I think it could be cheaper, but this is the plan that they told me would be best for me in my situation. So as long as it doesn't go up in price, and as long as, you know, the internet is good enough to do the bare bones of what I need it to do, then I'll be happy with it, and I will probably cancel the Comcast internet, which will likely cancel out their cheapest options for my phone plan. But considering they keep overbilling me, that might as well do that anyway, and just go back to Metro PCS T-Mobile. You know, something was telling me for the longest time that $10 a month for my phone and $40 a month for my internet was just too good to be true. Something was going to happen. A lot has gone on. I don't even know really where to begin, but I'm not gonna bother with any of that now because I make this a short video. But on the topic of everything that's gone on and things that I do want to update y'all with, I will be in the coming days, if this works, changing the way I do my videos. They're not going to be as personable, and I'm going to try not to ramble as much. I'm going to stick to the specific issues at hand. And even though I now can post again, I'm probably going to get to where I'm not posting very often, kind of the way I was for the last few months that I was posting, because in this hiatus that I've been forced to take, I've also realized that there's no point for me to keep doing this. I'm not going to just, walk away from YouTube. I have made some friends on here that do seem to generally care about what happens to me, and I am very grateful and appreciative to y'all for that. And I'm not going to just fade away. Or at least if I come to a point where for some reason I do need to just stop, I will at the very least make sure y'all know about it. But I started YouTube to gather support for my GoFundMe campaign. That has been dead for months and months and months. I think August or September might have been the last time I got a donation. And that's the only reason that I was doing YouTube. I don't enjoy doing YouTube. I don't like, I've always told y'all, I don't like getting on here and dealing with the realization that I'm speaking to hundreds of people at a time. It gives me the ick. I don't even like a crowded, I don't even like a semi-crowded grocery store, let alone, dealing with a bunch of people. The GoFundMe has atrophied. It's died. I am going to rework it. I have reworked it. I have not uploaded any updates to it because it's another thing that I haven't been able to do with no internet. I'm going to get some updates uploaded here, and I'm going to try once again farming it out to different organizations, focusing on the very direct problems that I'm having right now, and see if I can get something that way. But if not, I'm probably just going to close it down, because it's not doing nothing for me. Also, the fact that I'm thinking really hard about starting a GoFundMe campaign for my parents regarding their living situation. I'm not going to go into that right now, but I will in a later video. YouTube did become kind of a cathartic thing for me at one point, and it was for a long time, because it helped a lot to just get on here and vent, you know, and talk to y'all about life. But that catharsis that I received from being able to do that has gone out of it. And aside from, you know, getting on here and staying in touch with some of the friends that I've made, there's just no point. I'm just not physically capable of doing any of the tutorials or any of the other stuff that I was wanting to do to flare up the channel and, you know, vary the channel, make it more interesting. You know, I tried the ghost stories a couple of times, and I got less views on those videos than I did the other ones. So, you know, the stuff that I'm interested in, I either can't do or it isn't interesting to enough people to bother with it. So, my upload schedule probably will decrease. I never had a schedule in the first place, but it most likely will go down, and I may end up where I'm just doing, you know, a couple videos here and there a month, and not, you know, trying to do something once or twice a week, because there's just no point. I'm never going to be monetized on YouTube, and there is absolutely no way that I would ever have enough of a following on YouTube to make monetization worthwhile, even if I did get there. So if GoFundMe is not working, and the cathartic benefit of being able to get on here and just talk to people, you know, just talk in general, if that's gone out of it, then there's no reason for it. But like I said, I will still drop a video now and again, just to let y'all know that I'm still here, not going anywhere yet. And try to help my folks get something done about their place. You know, my life is hard, and there's no extra for anything, but my bills are paid, my mortgage is paid, I'm eating, you know, my son's eating good. I can't meet my co-pays with any of the doctors, so I'm just in a holding pattern as far as that goes right now. But I'm holding, but, you know, I'm holding. So until I can find a way to get to a point where I can try to get some sort of a part-time job, I'm just stuck. So that's it. We'll see if this posts, and if this video does upload, I will do another one. If not tomorrow, I will do another one this weekend, and at the very least update y'all on what's been going on, and where life is at in the the world of old-fashioned Joe and coming plans and the reason that I need to maybe close out my GoFundMe and open one for my folks. I don't know if you can have two at a time. And they say that, you know, it works better if you don't have one up for yourself. I don't know if maybe that's been a problem for I doubt it, but you know, my folks tend to be a little bit more scatterbrained with stuff like that, so I don't know if they would be doing YouTube videos to get it out there or not. I don't even know if they can. They don't have any kind of internet where they're at. They just go off their data. So that's it for now. Been good to talk to y'all again, and hopefully this works. If so, I will talk to y'all again tomorrow or the next day. I hope you've had hope life has been good to y'all over the past, what is it, 3-4 months now almost? Hope life has been good to you. Holidays are good. Hope y'all had a great Independence Day. And hopefully I will talk to y'all tomorrow or the next day. Good evening.